Hi, my name is Jana and you're watching Finnish Knitting Stories, episode number 142. Welcome or welcome back. I need to straight away apologize for the noise. If you're wearing a headset and you can hear the rain on the roof, the rain on the roof. I've been waiting for an hour for it to stop and it doesn't look like it's gonna, and we're losing light. Today's Friday, May 9th, and it's already 5 in the evening and I can't wait any longer. So I'm so sorry if it's distracting or bothering you. Like, if you have a chance not to watch it in a headset, do so. Okay, let's begin. You can find me on Instagram as Kettenits, and on Ravelry as Kettenits, and on Ko-fi and Patreon as Finnish Knitting Stories. It's been a long week. It's been quite intense, and it felt like a very long week, because before, I think 3 weeks in a row, we were having shorter weeks, which was actually very nice. And this one felt exhausting. I think we are cheated. Society has told us for some reason that we're supposed to work 5 days in a week, and I think they are cheating us. I think that's not human. Definitely the weeks should be shorter and more enjoyable. So let's begin with what I'm wearing today. It's also my first finished object. As you can see, I finished my very, very bright and very happy Boxy Raglan Cardi by Johi Locatelli. I started it, I think, around 2 weeks ago, maybe a bit more. And I knit size 4. I knitted in Get to Yarn's Big Fluff in color Peony, which is the lighter one, and Frozen Watermelon, which is the brighter one. I was asked several times how much yarn did I use. I had 2 and 2 of each, and yeah, I actually had 3 and 2 because according to the pattern, but I only used 2 and 2, and I have leftovers from both. I think I didn't dip in a third skein. I'll double check. But I'm pretty sure I used 2 and 2, and I'll put the total weight of the whole thing on a screen, and that's in size 4. And the length, it's not cropped. It's a normal full length till like mid hip, a bit lower actually. I think I should wear something white on. If I wear something white under it, it would pop even more. Unfortunately, turns out I don't own a white t-shirt. I should maybe get one. So I'm just wearing it over this light linen dress, and I actually prefer it unbuttoned. I found buttons. I found these, what are they? Coconut buttons, in my stash, and I think they work pretty well here. But I'll unbutton it because I don't know, that's how I would wear it. I generally, I think, wear most of my cardigans unbuttoned. That's how that's better. That's how I like them. The sleeve is not too wide. Yeah, the dress sleeve is quite wide, and now it's bunching up there, but it's the dress, not the cardigan's fault. It's a low raglan. It's very comfy, very light. I think for the size of a cardigan, it doesn't weigh a lot. So 2 weeks powered by excitement and big needles. Big needles. I think I used 5.5 millimeter for the main body. So yeah, very simple V-neck raglan, stripy. You can probably also make it in a solid color. Let's talk a bit about yarn substitutions. I was asked, and I came up with some that straight away popped into my mind. For example, Drops Melody would be a good option. I don't think it has too wide color range, so you could probably use Drops Brushed Alpaca Held Double. For example, if you're sensitive to mohair, brushed alpaca is a good option for you, a substitute. If you'd like to do a mohair one, then there are a lot of chunky mohair options. Do you remember I made a dress from Mibs mohair? That would work perfectly. Then Sadness Garn Ballerina chunky. I think ballerina chunky, it's called like that. Then I think Rico Design has also a chunky mohair. There are so many options right now out there, so you can play around. But I think this needs to be knit in some kind of fluffy yarn a bit. Maybe blown yarn would work as well, like Drops Air, or I don't know what else is there. Is there soft? Yeah. So there are a lot of options. I think the main thing is that you meet the gauge or around, you know, one stitch here and there, we just adjust the sizing slightly. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I need to invest in a white t-shirt, then it would be even brighter, because it's not see-through, but you can probably see a bit the color of whatever is under. Yeah, I also have very fun earrings today. They are quite recent purchase. They are by a Finnish designer, artist, and I've seen these before in a group where female business owners discuss their daily struggles. Anyway, and they are made with from recycled glasses, like eyewear glasses. Can you see? Can you see the parts, the bits of glasses there? And she had me at recycled. I'm a bit of a trash raccoon. No. We love recycling. We recycle everything, and if we get something made out of old things, that's like double win. So earrings, first of all, mushroom earrings made from recycled glasses, like it's a win for me. It's a definite yes. I've seen them before, and they were like in autumnal colors, and I was like almost ready to get myself a pair, but the colors were not my thing. And then the lady posted these pink ones, and I was like, yes, I'm getting the pink ones. They are like my gift for for myself. Because we're having a sucky spring. So I brightened it with the pink mushroom earrings. Yeah, I have all sorts of recycled earrings. I have earrings made out of old spoons and forks, and all kind of plastic bits and coins, and what else? Leather cut-offs, like all kind of trash. Basically, but that's what I love. That's what I love. Earrings and recycling. I'm a very dull woman. I'm sorry. But yeah. I can talk about both forever. But we're here to talk about knitting. So let's get back to that. I have another finished object. You're not gonna believe. You're not gonna believe I have another one. And this one was not as fast as this one. I started it in June last year. Yeah, it was supposed to be my summer tea, and I didn't finish it last year. And it's Alpine Bloom by Caitlin Hunter. It turned out, I think it's very pretty, delicate and soft. It's quite heavy for a summer tea because of all the color work. So the main yarn is Kip2 Yarns Linen Merino in Wild Lavender. I think it looks a bit more blue on a screen. It has a slight violet hint. And then the contrast color is Chopel Edition 3, color number 2301. Now I don't remember, did I use just one ball or two? I'm pretty sure I only had one ball of the contrast color. That's 50 grams. I need to put it on a scale because I do that because I write down the yarn that I have knit up versus the yarn that has come in. And I think so far I'm on a good track. It's month number 5, and I think I'm in a good minus at the moment. Except I just got more yarn, which is not yet logged in. But yeah, so it has beautiful lacy neck, and I did the lace sleeves. They were fiddly, but so worth it, and I think it's overall lovely, very feminine summer tea. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get good wear out of it if the weather ever improves, that is. We don't have much hope for summer ever reaching Finland, but we will see. Okay, I'll put that down. Let's go to whips. I only have 2. Unfortunately, I had to put my crochet projects on hold because I cannot crochet. My wrist has been giving me trouble. It's still quite painful and I can't do I'll show you with the other hand, the circular movement. So, and when I crochet, I do just that. So my crochet projects are on hold, both the tablecloth and the cardigan made out of squares. But I've been knitting. I've been working quite actively on the test knit, which is called Lingonberry Leaf Tee for lovely Marit. I mentioned it 2 episodes ago. You can see the pictures there of the finished item, what I'm testing, and it's this beautiful lace yoke summer tee that I am going to finish this summer. I have to. It's a test knit. There is a deadline for it, and actually I'm almost done with the lace bit. I would have been done with the lace bit, but somebody made a boo-boo and had to rip back like 5 rounds of lace. I was so frustrated with myself. Well, I had a printed pattern and I used these static, like sticky papers. They don't have the sticky part. They're holding on with the static. They're called static notes or something like that. And I like them because they don't leave marks. You can use them in books. They don't, yeah. No glue residue, nothing. I was knitting one morning and then I just left it on a sofa. I went to work, and when I came back home, the little one came home before me. So, and then she was obviously admiring the beautiful pattern by Marit. And what I think happened, she shifted my little paper because she was looking at it. My husband told me that she's been in my knitting, and he shushed her away, but I allow her to look at my knitting and touch it and everything. But my husband got very worried that she will do something there, but it's all right. And yeah, and then I just came home and after dinner sat on the sofa, relaxed, and started knitting like wherever my paper said I was. And then I think after 5 rows I realized that I'm knitting the same section again. So like, see these little bits? I had another one of them there, and I was like, no, that does not look right. I was looking at the chart and can't be right. So I had to take back. It felt like I needed emotional support. Luckily Lima was there. She gave me a big hug and a smooch. My emotional support dog got me through it. But I was almost ready to go get a bottle of wine from the store, but no, we survived. Yeah, I didn't insert any lifelines, and I usually just pull out the needle and try to pick up the stitches, but here you had all kind of decreases and I couldn't really do that. And there were like 3 stitch decreases. I couldn't stick the needle in, so I just like ripped it out, unraveled, and then put the needle back in, and everything is okay. We survived, but I was upset with myself because I didn't check. I just assumed it's all right. And in this house is full of kids and animals, and you always double check. Even if you left it at the right place, it doesn't mean it's gonna be there when you come back. So totally my fault. And I would have been done with the lace, but we had a little setback, and that's all right because that's part of the knitting process. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so delicate. Ooh, look. I'm gonna wear it under. Knits on knits. Let's go crazy. let's wear knits on knits. This is actually the same color. This is just different yarn base. It has linen, so it looks, I think it looks a tad darker maybe, because you know linen has a natural color. It's not white, it's not bleached, and yeah. But it's gonna be so good. I'll show you a bit closer all the beautiful, beautiful lace. Inspired by lovely Estonian Haapsalu lace. Oh no, something is itching my nose really badly. Sorry. Okay. So that's my one whip. And then I have another one right here in this little bag by Nova Melina, which is a Finnish maker, but I think she does not do bags anymore. Hasn't for years. I managed to buy one when she was still doing it. I love this fabric by William Morris, and inside is just linen. So lovely. I started something. It matches the bag, the color. Actually, the color of the lining. What are these yarn bits? I think these are not mine. These are from Sophia's projects, and they are in all of my bags. She's usually crafting next to me on the sofa. Okay, and I started the vest. I started the vest, and it feels like it's not growing at all because it's a lot of stitches. It was supposed to be fingering weight project, but as always we don't follow the pattern. I had this beautiful yarn, a leftover of this. Is it blowing out? Of this beautiful yarn, which is kind of gray by Simas Spinnery, and it says 250 meters, 100 grams, but it's so buttery. It's like velvety. I love it very much. That's why I started the vest from it. I didn't get the gauge, and that's why I'm knitting it a couple of sizes smaller than I should, but I am on basically needles that I would use for fingering weight yarn, because even though it has 250 meters in it, which is like a DK meterage, I almost got the fingering weight gauge. I actually got a sport weight gauge on it, so I'm slightly off. That's why knitting smaller size. It's a lot of stitches. It's, by the way, the pattern. I forgot to mention the pattern. It's Audrey in Unst by Gudrun Johnston. Lovely little thing. Mine, I think, is gonna be probably shorter than in the pattern, because I wanted over dresses that it would kind of maybe go a bit lower than this seam. You know, not to look frumpy, because if it goes too low, and these usually have quite a lot of bulk, and if it goes lower, it gets a bit frumpy. There is a certain place where I like to cut all my shorter cardigans and this vest, because I have tried my longer vests over this type of dresses, and they don't work. they just don't. So nothing much to show. It feels like I've been knitting forever, and it grows like centimeter at a time. Oh, but it's gonna be a good finished object. I can't say I'm enjoying the process tremendously, but I do want the finished object, which is strange for me because I'm usually a process knitter, but there are exceptions to that. This is an exception. I want the finished object. Okay. That's actually all the creative content for today. I told you it's been a busy week. I had long days at work, and we had kids appointments and all kind of actually quite stressful things. But before we go into life and chat, let's do purchases and acquisitions. I haven't been buying yarn for a while. It just happened. I wasn't on any yarn diet or yarn buying ban. I was busy knitting the existing projects, and I kind of wasn't looking at anything. Except New didn't had an update. Are you even surprised? Probably not. Well, New didn't had an update. And I have skipped a couple of the updates and not bought anything. And not that I need to shop each of their updates. I would like to, but my budget wouldn't allow me. We need food and household things, and kids need clothes, so I can't shop every new didn't update. But this one I allowed myself. I just had to because the colors were gorgeous. And I shopped their Patreon update because I'm one of their patrons, and I picked these colors. It was their May collection. They are just so beautiful. I don't know what's happening with me and yellows at the moment. It is absolutely not my color, but I've been drawn to these buttery pale yellows. I don't know what's happening. A friend of mine just bought a pale buttery yarn, like vanilla cream yarn, and now I'm thinking maybe I want something in that color. And I know it's not my color, but when a heart wants something. But okay, so these were from the May collection. Then they included a lovely freebie with my order. That was a special gift for patrons. A lovely little cake. I'm saving little cakes like that for a future project where I need a lot of different knitted and colors, because I'm knitting it. I'm gonna be knitting a cardigan later. No concrete plans yet, no dates set. But yeah, so why I decided to go and look at that update is because of the birthday color. They always have a birthday color, and this year's birthday color was just so gorgeous that I had to get it. I absolutely had to get it. I think camera doesn't do it full justice. It's like a very pale, minty, like watery green with pinks, and it's like layers of color. It's gorgeous. And then when you mix pink with that green in some light, you can see like violet bits popping through because the colors are mixing. And oh, I love this. I have 300 grams of this because they only came in pre-packed bags. You couldn't buy single plates of this, and I'm thinking a little cardigan. My friends have already been sharing ideas with me of cardigan patterns. So yeah. So I know it's very pale, but so pretty. Beautiful for summer, right? I think we will need a woolly cardigan for this summer. It's not looking good. So yeah, knit and chat. I could knit on something probably. Can I knit on a lacy thing? Am I crazy? I can knit till the marker, which is right here. So half around I can knit. What could we talk about? So today is 9th of May. That's the day some of the countries celebrate Victory Day. And I don't know. That was the dog. She's sleeping outside of my craft room door. There is a glass. I can see her, and then she has paws up against the door and she's scratching on the glass. If you hear a sound, that's Lima. She's guarding me. I'm home alone. My husband left with the kids to the store, and yeah. So what was I saying? I was saying that 9th of May, some countries like to celebrate this day. I'm not really sure what we're celebrating because yeah, the war ended on this day, but there are really no winners in any war, are there? My grandfather fought in a war. He came back without a leg and very broken, and he didn't like actually talking about it. He had medals in a box and everything was just packed away. And my great-grandfather on the other side, he also fought in a World War II, and unfortunately he never came back. and it took a really long time to find out where in which battle he lost his life. And it's a long and tragic story, and I think a lot of families have these stories. And my great-grandfather was actually taken to war from prison, where he was put by Soviets for feeding starving people because they thought that's a crime. And my great-grandmother raised 5 kids alone. She was this tiny woman, like size of a little bird, but she was so tough. She went through a lot, and I always, as a kid, I spent my summers with her. And she passed away at the age of 92, and I was 6 or 7 then. And she kept a very clear mind till her last days. And yeah, she was a great storyteller, and I always listened to her stories. She had some stories about tough times, and I think it was important for me to get them, to have this historic memory of hard times that a lot of people have been through. Because I think if people would remember that, if people would carry that memory, we wouldn't be seeing the world in such shambles, because nobody would want to repeat it again. Yeah, one thing that I always remember about her, that the sign that she's been through horrible times, she always ate everything with a slice of bread, because she was afraid that her kids and that the family would be starving again. Yeah, just in case, with a slice of bread. She was eating watermelon with a slice of bread on a side, and it's something that has stuck with me. Sorry for a bit heavy topic, but that's what I've been thinking about. And May is generally hard time for me, because it was my dad's and grandfather's birthday just a few days ago, and then my dad passed away in May, and my grandmother passed away in May. It's just like this, you know, when reflection time, let's just say reflection time. And Sophia's name's day is coming up, and my grandmother was also Sophia, and it would have been her name's day as well on 15th. And the memories keep coming back, but they are good memories mostly. So yeah, well, story for another time. What else is happening around here? Mother's Day is on Sunday. It's also kind of emotional topic, I think. It is a nice happy day, but not for everyone. I know a lot of us and you and a lot of people are struggling with that day for a variety of reasons. I'm a strong believer that you don't need to give birth to someone to be a mother or to be a mother figure. Both of my grandmothers, for example, were raised by people who were not their biological mothers. And again, story for another time. So, like, I don't know where I'm going. I'm going deep in the forest with my stories today. I don't know. I want it to be a light-hearted episode, but it's what's on my mind. And yeah, I think we should celebrate this day, Mother's Day, on Sunday, because we all probably have a mother figure in our life. Sometimes it's your neighbor, sometimes it's your grandmother, maybe your big sister, or your best friend can also be a mother figure for you. And my motherhood journey has been very bumpy. I had kids quite late, not by choice. It wasn't my choice to have kids this late. It was, again, life and circumstances. And again, story for another time, probably. Yeah. but you know. I'm just happy that my mom is still with me through all the turmoils and through some really hard times in the past couple of years, and she's actually coming to visit at the end of the month, and I can't wait. I haven't seen her since beginning of January because we couldn't go there. It wasn't working. Like, we wanted to go for one of the kids' holidays, but my mom was very busy with all kind of appointments and things, and so she's coming now here, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm sorry if I'm a bit hectic today. Life has been a bit overwhelming lately, and I think like universe is sending me signs. It's like waving at me big signs that I should rethink a few things in my life, and maybe it's time for changes again, which are always a bit scary. I'm the person who doesn't like changes. I like good old safe ways. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of adrenaline, and I'm not a big fan of change. But yeah, sometimes decisions need to be made because there are always things you can affect and things you can't affect. And if it's something that's troubling that you can affect it, I think it's worth of taking a step, even if it's scary, and just make that change. Yes, and if it's something you can't affect, then it's all about your attitude towards it, because well, this week has has been testing me. But we'll get through. Sun came out. I'm not sure what's happening. Is that a sign? Is that a sign? It's been ridiculously cold and rainy. It's been raining non-stop. The lawn feels like a swamp. If you walk on it, it makes the wet, like, horrible noise. You need rubber boots to walk on the lawn right now. If you go in something else, your feet are gonna be wet. And we have had this northern wind that goes straight through your bones. We're back to wearing coats and hats because at night it's around 0 or minus on some days, and then it's around +5 during the day. And I hope it gets better, it gets warmer, because feels like summer will never come. Maybe I should knit a few more woolly cardigans like this. You need a wool sweater under this probably, if it keeps being like that. Yeah. Okay, that was my official weekly weather complainment. I really hope you've been doing well, at least better than me. You see, I've been emotional and struggling with myself and my thoughts, but it's gonna be all right. I know, I checked. It's gonna be all right. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go now. We're having a bit different weekend because my husband is working tomorrow, and I'm gonna be with the kids, and we actually don't have any plans. I would like to go somewhere outside in the park or somewhere for a walk, but it's so cold. Walk in a shopping mall doesn't sound very inspiring, but if there is a chance that it's more than +5, we're gonna go outside. I would like to take them somewhere to a park, maybe. We have so many beautiful parks here in our town. It's actually, in Finland, it's famous for the parks. We have, I actually don't know how many, but a lot of parks. And so no major plans, just hopefully some outdoor time and some knitting. Finishing lace on this thing would be great plan. Wearing my new cardigan. So yeah, I'm gonna go now, and thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for taking time out of your day to be here. Happy Mother's Day if you're celebrating, and big woolly hug if you need one right now. And if you would like to take a moment and think about all the lovely women in your life that have influenced you, that have been around you, and just maybe celebrate them for a day. So take care. I will see you next week. Do something nice for yourself. Heippa!